actually have a difficult decision to make. Because we want to listen well. But if any of us fires a gun in a confined space, we'll all be stricken fairly deaf for a period of time.
The cave area is pretty big, so there would be some.
Okay.
It's not because once you get down here, like when you get to this spot, it kind of becomes this kind of extended cave area. Like in front of you is not a wall. It's basically like you can see that the ceiling kind of descends so that you're in a large cave infrastructure that when you go down there, it expands forward. It's just that you can see that the ceiling kind of gets lower. So you think like if you went another couple 100 feet in, the ceiling would be lower than you could stand up in.
Sure.
If it gets to the point where we have to shoot a gun, we won't need listening anymore.
Oh, yes, because you can hear it and it can hear you. But, so you have survival, so you should make a survival roll. Neither Deborah nor Anthony feel like they would be good at this.
57 under 90.
Okay.
Not
Because of your experience being out in the middle of nowhere and having to find your way back to camp and things, you are roughly able to keep track of how far you have gone. And you feel that you've gone at least like about 200 feet.
Wow.
At which point, you should all make spot checks.
When you say all, the group that went out?
The group that went out, sorry.
Okay.
I got 24 under 25.
I
made
got
it.
28 under 75. That's a good...
Okay.
Or
That is...
under 50%, yeah.
Perfect. You see a thing on the wall. So you're in this odd like part of the cave where like you're passing by like stalactites and stalagmites that are like some of them are taller and shorter. A few of them are actually connected and they form like little like pillar type things. They're in there. It's mostly an open space, but there's a lot of things. And as you get about a couple 100 feet out where you think the sound was originally coming from, you're pretty sure that one of the pillars has something on it that isn't like natural, like it was man-made and added there. Like it's just at the edge of your light about like 20 feet away. But as you scan your light and you're passing through, you think you see something there.
I'm gonna hold out my arm.
Everyone stops.
I see something. On that pillar there.
And at first, everyone like freezes. You definitely get the tension, like they think that you saw a panther, so they're ready. Like they tense up. They all point their guns in that direction.
No, maintain 360, please.
No scope.
All right. Some of them hesitate for a moment because they're not sure what you mean, but then they start to like scan their lights around.
360 no scope. 3v1.
All right.
We're I want to like lead our group
Towards the
thing, but without losing sight of any directions.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No, let's not all turn and face the same way and give a giant blind spot.
All right. So they do their best. There's 4 of you. It's a little bit that they clearly don't have like military discipline, but so you all scooch towards that area, and this is one of those like big pillars that probably wasn't originally a stalagmite. If anything, it's probably like a part of the natural cave structure that was like washed away at some point, because it's much bigger than like stalactite things. It looks like the pillar is at least like 8 to 10 feet wide.
Wow.
And so like you could easily hide behind it or like carve an apartment into it or something like that. And
sacrifice something on top.
about 20, not quite, maybe 15 feet up from where you are, there is very clearly something that's been carved into the rock, like a cave drawing that like maybe ancient cave dwellers would have like scraped in here. And it's like, it's really hard to tell because it looks like it's been here long enough that it's been worn down a bit, but it's something that looks like a tree branch next to a jellyfish.
A tree branch next to a jellyfish?
Yeah, like it's 2 things. Like on the left is this thing that looks kind of like a tree branch, and then next to it is something that looks like a jellyfish.
That's odd. Why would there be cave drawings all the way up here?
You mean down here?
Yeah, like you're like at least 100 to 200 feet underground.
Well, in Antarctica either. No,
possible-
nobody should have ever come here.
Is it possible that there is some sort of civilization here? I mean, there's only. It's weird how it's here instead of somewhere else, right? If I were a caveman doing a cave drawing, I wouldn't go 50, 200
Well,
feet into a cave before
wait.
doing a cave drawing.
If these
You're in your
creatures are able
suits?
to,
Yeah.
You're in your suits.
I'm with you, but yes.
Are you hearing?
Oh yeah. I
You're
am.
hearing this conversation about
Yeah.
Oh,
cave
yeah.
drawings.
Yeah.
What did you guys find?
Cave drawing. Looks like a tree next to a jellyfish, which is strange because the jellyfish isn't up here. Neither are trees. How would they know what those look like?
no, true. Yeah, what could they be instead? Perhaps these creatures have been mimicking humans for longer than was apparent.
Can you describe in more detail the jellyfish for me? I've been traveling around the world. I've seen some stuff before. Maybe I've heard of it before.
Well, it appears to be etched in with a rock.
So it's 15 feet up, so they can't get a really good look at it.
Am I-
It also looks like it's been worn down, and you're also not sure whether or not the person who made the etchings were very good, skillful etchers, or if they're like, "Hey, I'm 12. This is my first cave etching. This is actually my mom and my dog."
No,
But they're just really bad at
Am
it.
I,
How
lis-
big is
am
it?
I listening in on this?
About maybe 6 inches. Like each symbol is about 6
From
inches.
15 to how can we even make out
So
what
tiny.
it is?
You that's right. You can
Okay.
barely make it out. That's
Okay.
why you were.
Right.
Okay.
It's the spot hidden.
Okay.
I'm wondering, am I
It's 15 feet up.
am I
I
able
don't
to
know how
hear
they did
stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
got
on
radio.
comms, effectively.
Right. You think during the Ice Age that civilization may have been able to make it here? Like, I don't know too much about that stuff.
No,
Like,
there's
Pangea, or before all the continents broke off from one another. You think people lived here? Or proto people?
Anthony, do you have inputs?
Deborah steps in before Anthony can mansplain her. And says,
The biologist.
I apologize.
as a,
Over the
and she
engineer.
she starts with, as a biologist, I can tell you that Antarctica has always been Antarctica. Since life has risen on this planet, this part of the world has always been unlivable. Whoever put these symbols here did not originate here, nor did they live here. I can't explain where this came from, that this was no civilization that we have ever known in the history of this planet.
Can you do the tapping on the radio? We're closer. We might be able to hear the response.
You better document this then.
Well, we heard the smashing. I assume it
If
was
what you're
broken,
saying
but
is
we can
true,
try
then this
again.
is the
Try
greatest
again.
discovery
Let's try again.
man's ever made. Right?
Anthony goes, you're right.
Now's not really the time to be thinking of discoveries, because it doesn't matter if we can't make it out of here.
Well, let's attempt to record it on our feeds and move on.
Yep. Unless anyone wants to try to climb this rock face and get up to it, like rub their faces against it or pour some blood into the cracks.
Ooh, that could work. Though
Does anybody put points into climb?
Did anyone bring a virgin bunny rabbit
I
that they
put
could
points
use?
into blood pouring, or as I like to call it, medicine.
Yes. Oh, that's
I
true.
put points into use rope, but I didn't put points into climb. No, there's no use rope, but there is a climb skill.
20%
20%? Yeah, well, we should all just give it a shot, right?
1 out of 5.
Hey, you guys, let's all just cut our wrists
try and climb
and then just try to spear our blood on it.
Whoever smears their blood first wins.
There are enough of you that you'd have good odds on one of you make.
We have all this extra blood.
Everyone, I need the first power.
I don't need all this blood in my body. What are you talking about?
As we have always said in Magic the Gathering, life is a resource.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you move on. Wait, are you doing the whole radio crackling thing?
Yeah.
All right. So, since you are the group listener, you said.
I will do it.
Please reroll that.
That's a 29 under
Oh,
70.
thank God.
Jesus Christ.
Where did the die land?
It was
It was about to be a 69
in the
under
corner.
70.
It was just so close to being a 69. It was like this.
I am beginning to suspect the efficacy of your dice.
Yeah.
I mean, so am I.
Yeah, like maybe glass dice are more for looking at than they are for rolling.
Yeah, maybe these are.
dice? I
Yeah,
don't
could these
know.
be more potential for imperfections?
not
Whatever.
bad.
Not worth it.
All right, so you managed to get everyone to quiet down and stop speculating about branch jellyfish or
Dice
jellyfish branch.
Pangea.
You have no idea whether or not they're one of those languages to read left to right, so it could be jellyfish branch and not branch jellyfish.
Well, that would change
Direction.
everything.
That could. This is one of my favorite things. Is like all these people find ancient rituals that they try to perform in D&D, and it's like, hey, did you consider that maybe their language reads right to left? They're like, no. It's like, oh my gosh, the demon. It's like,
You perform the ritual backwards and upside down.
yep,
This demon's upside down.
classic rookie mistake.
What am I gonna do with this?
The demon pops up backwards.
You can only
It's
speak.
like, what am I supposed to
He
do?
speaks backwards, and you're like, I can't understand this guy.
I mean, imagine how the demon feels.
It's like,
You're a little upset. No wonder he always like attacks you.
no, this is what happened after the United States and Western white people took over the entire planet. Suddenly, all demon summoning started to go wrong, and the underworld's like, "What is happening?" It's like, yeah, English became the dominant language, and now all rituals are messed up.
Thanks, Obama.
Yep.
Drop that one.
I could just.
Wow.
No, I just love this idea that when you become president, they reveal to you that there's actually an occult wing of the government. And they're like, President Obama, we have to deal with this problem that's been complaining. All of our demon summonings have been going wrong. And he goes, well, I could do an executive order. It's like, no, the Republicans would never let you get away with it. And like this whole conversation about like the underworld.
Those dang silly people. They got the pentagram drawn upside down.
Yeah.
Look at these idiots. That's Satan shit.
Oh my god. Wow, you're very good at that. It's like all right, so you get everyone to quiet down.
Yeah.
And you listen. And you do not hear the crackling of the microphone,
Right.
but you do hear the slow drip of water, which you had not experienced before,
Or blood.
and what sounds like maybe the sound of wind passing through a small orifice.
All right. I hear two things. Neither of which is the.
Both of which are
microphone.
further beyond this column into
Yeah.
the weird, darker, deeper
Wind.
area of the cave infrastructure.
I hear dripping, like water, and I also hear a little whistle of a wind going through a small cavity beyond this pillar.
That is good sign.
Perhaps we should gather the sled and take everyone to the water.
Yuri, you can also tell that by the time that where you are now, you are at least at, if not past, where the sixth cave entrance would have been if these were all connected.
Okay. Do I think we're past where the crackling seemed to be coming from?
No.
We're not going to be able to tell that.
Yeah. That would have been really hard to tell.
Right, you should probably come back first then.
Yeah, we should. We'll come on back because I
Do
mean,
we feel like we've explored this area enough?
I mean, probably not, but we're not going to be able to find Wen or Scott. So maybe we should just head back and
Oh, interesting. Okay.
do what we
Well-
can.
No, we should keep looking for them.
Which direction do you want to look in?
Well, you were already going in that direction.
okay.
You
Yeah,
just
okay.
got distracted because Yuri saw this thing.
Ah, right.
You were still on your way.
I see.
You just don't know how much further you need to go.
Is this
We're still the best suited to exploration right now.
is this
Alright.
still shaped like a tunnel where they can only go farther or come back, or has it turned into a cavern where
It's actually almost a cavern where you are as well.
Oh,
like
okay.
you have that same thing where like it's now like a weird cave infrastructure where there's like columns and stalactites. It's just the main reason is that beyond where you guys are, the ceiling starts to lower so that if you went another couple hundred feet that way, the ceiling would have descended to lower than you could stand up in. Like there's just clearly more rocks and stalactites and columns up there. So it's basically like it's open all the way down to the slide area, and then it's open for another like 50 feet, and then it starts to become more cavey as it like goes further deep into the earth. Like at some point, it's become one of those things where if you guys wanted to go in, would have to crawl on hands and knees to get into like tunnels and holes there.
All right, well.
Are you guys going to continue on or turn back?
Let's keep exploring then.
All right,
That's the
good.
best
So you
plan
guys
of
will
action.
move forward. Meanwhile, back at the sled,
Meanwhile,
you two, whatever is better between your spot hidden and your listening rolls, please.
spot hidden. It is.
They're the same for me.
I got a 4 out of 80.
Wow.
Nice.
I got a 2 out of 25.
What is up? Are you two? Wow.
Damn, those are both extreme.
Unbelievable. Almost at exactly the same time, you each like nudge the other with your shoulder to get the other person to quiet down because you think you hear something. And as soon as this happens, you both hear, you know that sound effect from Jurassic Park, that kind of deep breathing vibrato thing? Yeah. You hear that sound coming from deep within the cavern area that I was just describing. And
The area towards them? Or
away from this. So
away from them.
yeah, so
Okay.
you know there's that long area that they're walking down this way?
Yeah.
This is further deep into the cavernous
Oh,
area
where
where
it more towards
yes,
where it gets
smaller, right.
Yeah.
So here's the question. So you guys both have flashlights you're shining out to look.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I turned my flashlight off.
Yeah, I don't turn your flashlight off. This thing can obviously see in the dark. It doesn't matter. We need to see it coming.
So he's turned his flashlight off. What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep my flashlight on.
Okay. Where are you pointing it?
Towards the breathing.
All right. Excellent. Do you keep yours off?
No, I turn it back on.
Okay. So, you guys peek out and you shine your lights in that direction. And after a couple moments of hearing this breathing sound, you see feet. 4-pawed feet. Clearly attached to some kind of like cat-like creature. Because of where you are under the thing, you can't quite see past its underbelly. You have a choice of scooching to the edge of the sled to get a fuller look if you want, or you can stay where you are here in the middle of the sled where you're most protected-ish.
I'll pick the protection.
Same, but I'm whispering over the radio because
Wait, can I turn my radio volume all the way down?
You can turn it off if you like.
I'll turn it all the way. Yeah, I'll turn it off.
Okay.
so I'm in the suit.
Because I don't want anyone to say something and then it gets pinged.
Can I close the hood so that it's like sealed off so the sound of my radio doesn't go outwards? I wouldn't
can.
be able to hear him.
You'll be able to hear anyone coming in, and you'll be able to speak inside your suit to anyone, and their radios will ping.
Oh, so sorry. Can you repeat? Would I be able to still hear things around me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll say, "Hey guys, the creature, it's back here at the camp. We're under the sled, and it's walking towards us. But if you don't, I'll try and keep you in the loop. But if you don't hear from us, well, we have all the supplies, so you should probably come help us out."
If you care for these supplies, you will come and rescue us. Otherwise, just before we die, we will burn it to the ground.
We are on our way.
Okay, so
Stay quiet.
Oh boy.
That's not how I would have phrased any of that.
So clearly,
It's a good
Danny
thing-
has a whole different way of interacting with people.
It's a good thing I didn't hear you.
All of his friendships
say
are
it.
based on like threats and innuendo. It's like, I am Danny's best friend because if I don't be his best friend, he will release these tapes.
I have the thing you want. That's what friendship is.
Yes. It's like, and if you aren't my friend, I would destroy this thing that you want so no one can have it.
Sometimes it's important that emotion doesn't get in the way when you have to make judgments like this.
You see the feet coming closer and closer until it arrives at the edge of the sled. Neither of you remember too much about the last time you were at a zoo, but you think whatever is attached to these feet that are next to the sled must be pretty big. Like, you think you've seen lions and tigers at the zoo. They're big, but you think like the front and back paws are maybe like 5-6 feet apart. These seem like they're maybe 8 feet apart, and they seem like they're bigger. And you're like, I think I've seen these, but more like in baby elephants than in felines. And it starts to circle the sled, and you can hear the vibrato of its breathing. And now you can also hear like that snorting sound they make when they make that snorting sound, and then there's saliva or mucus that drips out. That's happening, and it's like walking slowly around the sled. You guys are running back, walking back,
We are
making noise, not making noise. Like, what's your whole?
Probably
What's your
not
approach?
make noise. We should probably like quickly move.
We need to move as fast as we can without making noise.
Okay, I am also presuming that Danny has let you know their situation.
Yes.
Like, you're about halfway back, and he goes, "It's here. It's right here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As it's walking.
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I'm narrating.
As opposed to,
I'm talking the whole time.
As opposed to you're
like,
going, "Oh, they're gonna be so surprised."
Yeah. No.
It's like,
I'm like I'm narrating what's happening since I have the closed suit and I'm able to.
ooh,
talk
are you
to
using your
Ringo.
David Attenborough voice? And the panther has now
You
arrived.
both
The
have
large
you both have your
panther
weapons.
circles the sled with intent. Saliva drips from its jowls. Yeah, we have our weapons. We're trained. They're trained on it as best we can. It looks to be, yeah. I narrate this what we've noticed. It's looks like it's larger than a lion. More like a small elephant, perhaps in size. Definitely feline. Black fur.
Yes.
Is the fur shimmering in any weird way?
It depends on what you mean by weird. It's not like iridescent, but it is shimmering in the way that like animals that like live near water or like have that, like how otters are. Like they have that
Okay.
thing where it's like,
Yeah. Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So I pass on any of those details that I know.
It's not like iridescent or anything like that. It's not like It's not like Displacer Beast type.
Yeah, okay. It's not active camouflage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least not that you can tell at this point.
Yeah. But if we made a bunch of noise while we were approaching it, it might just disappear and like sneak up on us later.
It pauses at one spot, and you can hear like a lapping sound.
It's the vodka. We're gonna have a drunk beast.
This is good.
The vodka.
It seems to be lapping at the vodka. Someone should take a note of this. If it likes it, I'll let you know. It might be good for a trap later.
I mean, it also could be used for bargaining.
It's natural habitat.
Want some more vodka? We got some more vodka. Vodka for passage.
When you guys get close enough to have a visual, so first of all, how are you approaching? Once you get to the point where you know you are close enough, what is your approach like in terms of like lighting, sound, methodology? Are you gonna like be 100 feet away and try to shoot it from a distance?
Okay,
You're gonna
here's the thing. We can see their lights.
Yes, their lights are on. It's interesting that the creature doesn't seem to be caring about the fact that you're shining lights out from under the sled. Like, at least
Yeah.
it hasn't done anything like
Yep.
poke its head down and
That
look
is
at you.
very interesting.
Yeah, I guess we don't need to turn off our lights to try and sneak up on it because it's
Well-
already clear that it's not.
Chances are it might not have good vision,
Yeah.
because
That's what I have to
lives
assume
in
at this point.
creature
Yeah.
lives in perpetual darkness.
Yeah.
Do you want to shoot it from afar?
That's why I'm
No. I want to get as close as we can
Okay.
with the
Your
highest chance of
mind?
success, and then we all get shots on it
Okay.
all at once.
Oh,
Do that. I don't have a gun though.
for a brief second, I thought Nick said, and then we all get shot. It's like,
Yeah, and then we all get shot. No.
Then we all take shots.
Yes, take shots.
all right. So
then
you
the
guys are
monster's
gonna
taking
try to
shots
sneak
already.
up as close as you can. All right. Everyone gets to make stealth rolls.
Wait, every one of the other crew?
Yeah, those guys. You guys are already here. There's like,
Oh, it's a 20%? Oh, I almost put points in it.
You're all gonna die.
You got that 20?
I got
Oh my goodness.
20 at 20.
I got a
Yeah, that one
74
doesn't
over 20.
Your gun goes off.
you're fine because
Okay.
Kowal got a 72 over 40 or 20. So
Oh, I got
he
70,
too.
I got, yeah, 74.
Yeah, he got 72. So you two are bad at this. What was your thing?
20 at 20.
Really?
Yeah.
So Deborah kind of glances over you and gives you that look like, wow, I'm really shocked. Because apparently Deborah wasn't just an Olympic athlete. Apparently she's also like amazing at escape rooms and like laser tag. Because turns out she also has a crazy stealth number.
Ringo is used to having to avoid fan interaction.
Oh my gosh, like
Yeah,
he's left so
yeah.
many hotels without the
Yes.
fans noticing him.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta go
okay,
incognito.
Oh, that is such an amazing thing. I should just purposely give you a higher stealth number just to reflect that power skill. It's like all boy bands have stealths of at least 60.
It's like fine-tune the art
pretty
of
good.
slipping through a crowd.
I once got out of Paris and landed in Copenhagen before anyone even knew we were gone. Wow, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh. Season 7 of Call of Cthulhu should be Call of Cthulhu Boy Band.
Oh no!
Amazing crossover
Yeah.
episode.
If Ringo survives,
Oh my
maybe
gosh, that'd be
gotta get the
amazing.
band back
I'm
together.
gonna kill you just so that doesn't happen.
I've always had this great dream that like either talking with Ryan or Peter or something to like create an episode where it turns out we reveal that all tabletop talk games happen in the same universe. And it's like, wait a minute, were you in that other game? It's like,
Oh,
yeah, and here I am in Call of Cthulhu Boy Band Season 7. That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It would be so hard to coordinate. It's like, wait, are you a slad?
I mean, we could
It's like,
do.
there are a slad here? It's like, yeah.
I mean, we could do an interdimensional all stars.
Oh my gosh.
I'm waiting for. I thought it
Cthulhu
was
All-Stars.
like Call of Cthulhu China. That's what I thought.
I've resisted the China thing for so long, not only because of the fact that China is problematic, but it's also got one of those things where it's sort of like when I did the Chicago one, I was really struggling with it because I know Chicago so well that I'm much more self-conscious about it. Like every time I describe something, it's like, well, that's not really there.
Okay.
And whereas like Antarctica is very easy to do is because, oh, there are all these maps of Antarctica and people either know exactly what's there or they have no idea what's there. So, all right. So, Deborah and Ringo are stealthily getting closer.
See us.
But, well,
But their cover is blown.
yes. But behind you, at the same time, for some reason, Kowal and Yuri like bump into each other, and Yuri accidentally bumps Kowal's arm, and Kowal lets out a yelp.
Oh, the broken arm.
Yes.
Oh no.
At which point you all freeze, and you two see or hear that the creature also stops lapping and stops moving. And there's a moment of like Mexican standoff quietness, or whatever the appropriate thing is now. I apologize.
Room tone.
Yes. It's like
There's a moment. There's a moment of room tone.
It's like
the group.
racism moment.
It's like the monster's like, hold on, I'm getting the room tone, then I'm gonna eat you guys.
Yeah. It's alright. As Nick reminded us, if we play it loud enough, we could blow it off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so amazing if like they discovered this thing. It's like, how are we bringing down buildings now? It's, no, we discovered the room tone.
vibrate them.
We just put this giant speakers up and we hit this and like the buildings just implode.
I mean, they have sound cannons.
I mean, technically
so-
that is scientifically possible.
Yeah.
It's just there's one of those things. It's like,
the whole anti-earthquake thing is to prevent exactly that.
yes, It's like-
from having a resonance.
Oh,
I wish it
gosh.
just destroyed. All right.
Yeah,
Is
I'm like
you
afraid. I'm afraid to say anything over the radio because
Oh, I
I've
haven't
noticed
said
this.
anything from the moment that I turned my radio off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like.
So
fuck
you guys are
this.
now close enough to see what is happening. Like
What is happening?
you're far enough away that you feel like if you took shots, it would be hard to hit from this distance. Like you're at least
Yep.
like maybe 90 feet away. But you can see there is a feline shaped creature right by the sled. And it seems to be standing still next to it on your side, luckily, not on the far side. So it doesn't have like 90% cover with the sled. But it also seems to be just a shadow from where you are. Are you guys shining your flashlights at it? I'm presuming that's how you're seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we go slower, will we be more stealthy? Is that how
I mean-
that might work?
I don't know. We've already made a noise, and it hasn't.
You're
done
torn
anything.
between. Deborah kind of like makes this comment about it could be either sound or smell or both.
I mean,
You're also too far away to see whether or not it's looking towards you or not. It's
Right.
like just a shadowy shape.
we have to move closer, right?
Oh, so I hear them on the radio. As soon as I hear them like talking, I say, "It's frozen like it's listening to you." I didn't want to say anything, but it sounds like you're already talking. It hasn't moved since then. I don't think.
No,
So it doesn't look like it's hearing you talking right now.
it's doing that
But-
big cat thing when it's hunting where it just freezes and it's just not moving at all.
If we
Shoot it in the leg.
if we get
You
closer,
think.
I think we gotta
We
get closer.
we could shoot it in the leg.
how confident are you?
You know,
Now, I'm a terrible shot. But
You're at point blank. You could
I'm
like
at point
you,
blank,
you could
I
like
have a
be like 3
shotgun.
inches away and just pull the trigger.
I don't know. He
Here-
might
here's
only
the-
have a
here's the thing.
68% hit chance in
I-
his
if I
con.
fire this thing, it's gonna like if I miss, it'll know that we're here under the sled. So you guys are close enough. I think it might be our best.
Oh.
Pardon the pun. Best shot.
Quick question. Do you want this to be random or do you decide which one of you is on the side where the panther is?
Oh, well, first of all, this conversation about a gunshot, I have not even heard any of this.
Oh, that's right. You've turned your mic off, so
So-
you don't hear.
He's out.
Whatever
Yeah.
plans Danny is making, he's making them without my
Right.
Yeah.
consideration.
Can you guys not see each other?
We're back
we're
to
They're back to back.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So, like, I could tap him and make
And do, like, a
signaling
countdown,
things,
yeah.
But
The thing is that none of the rest of you know that Danny's turned off his mic, so you have no idea he's not hearing anything.
All right.
oh,
Well,
Harry,
you could tell us
Harry.
that.
Yeah.
No, you don't know because you put your helmet on.
So what James was asking is
sure.
like what side of this is it closer
Yeah.
to? Do you want to just
Flip a
flip-
we should
flip-
roll.
we should flip
should
for
I
roll
mean,
for
that
it.
sounds like
Alright.
a sounds like a
Roll for
luck
it.
check.
They could either choose
We'll
or
just
make
make
it
a-
random.
50-50?
Yeah, 50-50. I'll be what is it? 0 to no, it's 1 to 50. I'll be 1 to 50.
Okay.
Feel free to come out and interact. We had a whole Cthulhu session where
Oh, yeah,
one
we
person's
do
roommate
evens
just
odds.
hung out on the
Odds
couch.
are even.
I'll tell you what it's just like.
Odds.
Odds it's you, evens it's me. It is odds.
You are on the Panther
Great.
side.
So we have
Completely
this
oblivious to
conversation.
everyone's plan. You're just laying there looking at some panther legs.
Listen.
So we could shoot it, but Harry is on that side. So I mean, it's up to him.
If this creature only lives in perpetual darkness, that means its hearing or sense of smell has to be very strong. And if a gunshot goes off right next to it, that'll probably harm its hearing quite well. So even if we miss and not hit the leg, we might be able to take out its hearing for at least a little bit.
That is a good point. But it may reflexively go back into complete camouflage, or what we have seen before, where it is very hard to distinguish.
After like a full minute of dead silence, you can't because you're on the wrong side. You hear the very quiet rumbling of another one of those like breathing things from like Jurassic Park. So it's like it was very quiet for a long time, but apparently it can only hold its breath for so long. And so you hear one cycle of the rumbling noise of it taking a breath and breathing out.
And then it stops again.
Yeah.
So like it's still like in the same spot, but it needed to breathe.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
And then it went back to.
that means it uses hearing.
Well, you don't know that.
I know,
And-
but it means if it's not breathing, it doesn't use smell.
I can't hear any of this conversation, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be alerted to me by having voices come from a speaker that's like within point blank range.
Yeah.
Which was smart, but so the real question is, do you do anything if you hear that it's doing
Oh,
this
my
weird breath cycle?
right now I am like just if I make a sound, I'm dead. That's my mindset.
You are still. You are one with the rock.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you should make a luck check,
Okay.
Mr. I am isolated from the rest of the party.
That is a 58 under 65.
Ooh.
Nice. Good luck.
Nice.
For you.
Nice.
So, a couple things. First thing is you had your light on, so you have a fairly good view of this since you're shining your light out there. You guys out in the distance are lucky enough to have a little bit of a backlit situation, and you've been like looking at these legs like they were like the most important thing in your life. So
I
you're
mean,
just
right now,
dead focused.
these are the most important things.
So there's a couple of things that happen. First, there is a moment where you see something dip in the field of vision, and it's like a pair of wings that come down on the edge. You see just the bottom edges of it, so that it looks like whatever's happening, it had somehow lowered them a little bit so that now you can see their edges. And
Are
you
they
can
also black?
Yes, they're the same color, and there's a little feather. And then you see a face.
A human face?
It is surprisingly human-like,
Okay.
but it's clearly attached to this creature. It's mostly feline. It has that whole Sphinx thing where it's like it's almost too human, but it's not. Like it's clearly a cat face, but somehow it's lived with his master so long that they started to look like each other. And so it's very human-like, and it leans down, and the only thing about it that's more creepy than the fact that it's almost too human-like is that it has no eyes. And it seems to be...
Like just blank.
Yeah, like there's just
Featureless.
nothing where there would be eyes.
Is
It's
it
like
like
this,
is
just
it
fur.
flat or an empty socket?
It's flat.
Okay.
Like there was just never eyes there.
Okay, I'm thinking about this right now.
And
So
it,
is
Peter
this
Peter
a
wants me to
part?
just
And
go shoot it.
and it's doing that
Right
thing
there.
where it's moving its head around like it was looking, but like it's trying. It looks like it's trying to detect something.
So crazy.
Okay,
And
okay.
is this this is part of the creature?
He says
As
it's
far as you can
definitely
tell,
attached to the-
Yeah.
like he's not able to see past the edge. So for all he knows, this is like a distended head that's just there. But his presupposition is that he's filling in the blanks of what else is up there.
Okay, so Peter is making gun motions for me to shoot
Bang,
it.
bang, bang, bang.
But I want to like think about this for a second before I just.
And you guys
Make it
can
a
see
split.
enough based on his light shining out that you can see that whatever's there is now doing that thing where it's looking under.
So, if this is supposed to be a sphinx or maybe some other creature that's similar to a sphinx, like I don't know what other creatures are similar, like a chimera or something. I don't have any knowledge about. See, this is why it should have been on your side because you would have been able to use your
Friendship.
My Colt.
your occult knowledge to know about like. The,
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Make a sanity check. Sorry. It's like
Yeah,
I always forget these sanity checks.
that's a 76 above
Over, yeah.
65.
You are terrible at this.
I mean,
No, the best way is.
I
to
mean,
go the
obviously
same.
I would lose sanity.
You lose 3 points of sanity.
Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Well, it's not that unusual.
not that great.
It's not like it's a panaglin or something. It's just a weird feline creature.
And there's been a lot of build up to this.
Well,
weird
also
creature.
the way that I imagine it is like it doesn't matter how freaky it is. I have to maintain some level of stability, or I'm gonna die. So basically, my thought process as this character is like, if I were to shoot at it, even if I did hit it, would that be enough to do anything substantial? And that's what my fear is. So I'm afraid to shoot at it. If I had any occult knowledge to know anything about sphinxes or chimeras or any of those griffins or any of that, I would hope to know something about like the mythology of what you're supposed to do when encountering a sphinx.
Make a luck check.
Make a luck check. Oh, this is just me
I think
wasting
you gotta
time.
give it a riddle. This one in particular.
I got a 3!
Oh my
I got a 3!
god. All right.
When it counts.
So,
It says, shoot me.
okay. So, so now I need 2 things. Make a occult roll.
Okay.
What does the bullet say to the face?
Where's my occult? Where's my
bang,
occult?
bang.
Base 5%.
Base 5%. Base 5. Okay, that's a 60. No, that's an 86.
Okay, and then make a mythos roll.
Mythos. Where's my mythos?
At a 0% base?
It's probably like nothing at the start.
Yeah, it's 0.
It must be.
I just need the number.
Oh.
Oh no! It's right there behind the garbage can.
Wait,
It's like Jumanji.
wait.
You rolled a 0
If this
and
was
a
a
1.
Jumanji,
3.
What?
Should I
3.
burn 2 luck and
Out of
bring that down to a
100.
natural one? Does that do
For
something
what,
good?
For mythos?
For mythos?
I think you should. Like, what
Yeah.
other opportunities?
I'm gonna
is
burn
there?
2 luck and
Right?
make that
To
a
get to
natural
You were
one.
given
Okay.
a mythos
Unnatural.
and you get to
Wow.
succeed?
I did not see this coming. All right, so
Zinga.
You become part
so you're going through all of this in your head. Do I shoot it into the face? Do I not shoot it into the face?
Yes.
And then you hear another rumbling of it taking a very slow breath. And it opens his mouth. And this is unexpected because it's like big cat. But it flicks out a tongue like a monitor lizard. Like those creatures like smelling with their tongues type of situation.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And when it does so, do you wear glasses?
No.
Good. Because you get some saliva in your eye.
That's
And
good.
it burns. Like, badly.
Well,
Like-
he only succeeded on the mythos
Ah.
roll, and he
So-
failed on the other ones.
So, first question is, how composed are you? Like, it feels like you've been hit in the face with, like, bleach or something. And, I mean, it's not like it's eating into your face, but it is very burny. Like, you definitely feel like you're not being able to see through this eye anymore. Is
How
there-
composed am I?
Yes, do you... Like, let's see, what's your con?
My con is 45.
Let's make a con roll.
Oh man.
That's a 75.
Wow.
that's
Well,
not
I
good.
guess it's more acidic than you thought. Let's Okay. 50-50. Make a luck check.
My God.
roll more dice. Well, oh, no.
Oh, that's an 85.
All right. Apparently, it is enough of a shock that you let out a sound. And so you yelp out. You hear him make a sound like "ouch" or like whatever the equivalent would be.
Let me see.
Or like a
It's
swear. Or do you just yell "my eye"?
We're just like,
what was it? Balls. Balls.
All right.
Just like kind of sad.
I was thinking, like, what's the most British grunt
Yeah.
that I can make?
Oh yeah, bollocks.
Bollocks.
Wow, he managed to get 2 syllables out. So, when this happens, you go bullocks.
I go bullet.
I go
So you guys all see this thing leap up, push off of the sled. Like it jumps up and it like just leaps off the sled, and the sled flips over away from these two, and it like books it into the darkness. You guys can take parting shots if you want.
I don't take any parting shots. I start to rub my eyes.
All right.
I take a parting shot.
All right.
With the shot.
So you jump up and turn around and fire. So roll your firearms. So you guys are seeing this, and you're like, and you see his white uniform body pop out from behind the larger Harry and flip around with his gun and pull the trigger.
Badass.
Fucking bull shit.
Gil.
No, that's 95.
All right. So you
95
fire
over
in the
25.
direction of the creature into the
Royale.
darkness. You have no idea if you are even come close to hitting anything. You guys all have reaction times. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take a shot.
Anthony is definitely taking a shot.
Oh,
Just
blood.
gonna
go for
try.
the head?
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
bloody
try and
hell.
keep the flashlight on it to help them fire.
All right. So you're the light person.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that's a good roll.
I got a 99 over
90.
90. Wow.
Burn
Wow,
some
guys.
luck. Make that a hit.
Ooh.
Oh, do I,
How much luck do you have?
I have 38.
am I gonna get any mythos for?
You know, you don't
for,
have a whole
I'm
lot.
not gonna get
We're
a lot
getting
of
it.
shots
So-
on this. I'll
There's some
spend
shooting going
9.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get to 90. I'll spend 9.
Oh, you're gonna do it? Okay.
Go down to 29.
Koa
Yeah.
apparently is also very good with a gun, so he's
Let's
good.
kill this
Call it
dumb
worth it.
All right. So
cat thing.
There's more than one of them.
it dashes
I
off.
don't care. I'm gonna eat well tonight.
You all fire. Deborah fires. Koa fires. Like basically, it's just echoing gunfire noises. Like for a brief moment, it is so loud in here. And then, like you two have been out and hunting long enough. You're almost certain you hit it. Like, but it does keep moving away. So based on your hunting experience, you're like, oh, I've seen this before. I shoot a deer. I know I hit it, but it keeps running. Maybe it's going to die like another 100 feet away or what. But you are confident that you hit it. And you know where you might have hit it. But it's like deep into the cave area. And it does keep moving.
After it.
And then it's beyond your eyesight. So, okay. So you're guys giving chase?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yuri says it. I'm on it.
so,
It's us versus the beast.
so Yuri goes after it. You
have it
guys
now.
run. You two see that this is happening. So first of all,
Are my eyes cleared?
no. So we're gonna get to that in just a moment.
Yeah,
but first
yeah.
of all,
What do
but
I see?
So one of
hear
your
you after
so,
it.
so one eye is just burning and tearing up, so that you can't see anything through that eye. It's you could feel like the tears on your cheek. The other eye is fine, so you can see, but it's a little blurry because you're dealing with all this. So, and you see your group of friends like fire their guns. You hear the report of the echoes, and you see them running towards the back of the cave. So
I am okay. So if I see them running towards the back of the cave, I turn my radio back on.
okay, so your radio's on now. You guys all hear a little bit of crack of a radio turning on, which is really weird because you guys didn't know any radios were off. So, like, oh my gosh, maybe Wen is back.
You guys,
What's
I'm fucking my eyes. My eye hurts so bad. Oh my god,
Didn't kick you in
What?
the eye.
bloody hell! Oh,
what happened?
it's got a tongue like a fucking Komodo dragon or a moral lizard or some shit. It splashed some acid in my eye or whatever the fuck it is. Oh god.
You didn't shoot it in the face.
Oh
No,
God!
it had a human face, or sort of like a human face.
Not a human face.
I have some water in my stuff I'm carrying.
Okay.
So I pull that out and I'm like, Harry, we gotta
Yeah.
wash out your eye.
All right, so so first of all, this is that cool conversation part where he goes, "How bad is it?" So you should make a sanity check.
How bad is it, baby?
He has no eye there.
48 under 62. So
Okay,
60.
so you've seen some stuff. So not terrible.
Man,
Yeah,
this office intern once in a pencil.
yeah. So basically, what Harry thinks is just his tears like on his cheek is actually just the vitreous humor of his eye having melted out of his eyeball. And so like you're like, oh, this is really bad. It's like a horrible acid burn and his eyeball's gone. Like it's just a hole with blood in it now.
Right eye or left eye?
You've been pointing to his
it's-
right.
It's always been
The left.
the left.
You're all right now.
So you
Right.
you are washing out this space and you're like, like what is your are you the oh my gosh, or are you like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it.
I go into damage
Put a little
control.
bandage on it.
So
Me burning 2 luck gave me that eye.
Of course I say, Yuri, we need you back here. Harry is hurt bad. His eye, he needs medical attention.
I'm hearing him say
Now
this.
you're hearing this is like, what?
How bad is it?
You guys are giving chase, so you're halfway there when he yells
No,
this
for
out.
real, tell me.
We got to get you. You got to sit down and here. I grab one of the vodka. Is
Mate,
there vodka nearby?
Mate, I ain't running now nowhere.
Well, the thing has flipped over, so you have to go over there.
I ain't
okay.
running nowhere. I got nowhere to go. I can't get much worse than this.
You guys have gotten to the point where you can see the blood splatter of where you actually hit the creature.
Nice.
So your decision now is, do you turn back from here because Yuri's medical things are needed, or it's like, it's okay, Harry's dead already anyway, we gotta get this creature.
I mean, that's your call, Yuri. Are you on the hunt?
Describe
Or are
it
you
to
a
me.
doctor?
They are
No.
all following your lead
As,
now.
as clearly
Harry-
as you can.
Harry, take a deep breath. Your
Well,
eye,
you've lost an eye yet. You know?
it's not there anymore.
Oh, I got
It's not there
something.
anymore, Harry.
You're now hearing him telling him what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like he said, "Oh,
Then
this guy is
then
gone."
I will properly apply bandages later, but there's nothing to be done.
Okay.
Can't save the eye.
All right. I'll do what
You're
I
right.
can. All right.
The most medical attention we can give is to kill this creature.
Let's apply some medical attention, Yuri. I
hear,
suggest 50 cc's of bullet to face.
I hear him say that, and I'm like, give me a vodka, mate. just give me the vodka.
All right.
No, but Harry, you quit drinking.
Apparently, this was
Is
one of
that
his
in the
like.
road, mate?
It's a cheat day. If you lose an eye or a limb, you can drink vodka again.
We must pursue this thing.
All right, they take your lead, so you turn and go to the look for surviving vodka, because once again, some creature has flipped your thing, compromising the vodka, and you guys didn't bring enough like bubble wrap to make sure that the surviving vodka
No,
was still fine.
I need whatever's surviving vodka's left.
Well, as
See who will become the real drunk.
as Ringo has established in canon with his comment earlier, there were only 5 bottles of vodka left.
Oh no.
I would have gone with more, but Ringo established that there were only 5, so that's all that we had.
Well, I'm getting one of them.
So, since this is relevant to you, you should make a luck check.
Ooh, luck check to see how much vodka there is. That's a 22 under 63.
All right, all the vodka has survived. Number 2, you should make a sanity check.
I'm gonna lose some sanity.
Well, you literally just lost an eye.
24 under 62.
Oh, okay. I was gonna roll one of these cool dice that Peter and Amber brought back that don't roll even 6s.
Let me see how much I lose.
Just one.
Okay.
Apparently, you weren't using that eye anyway.
Well, you know what? I have an explanation for this.
Oh, okay.
My explanation is that I've convinced myself that I'm not making it out of this cave alive anyway. So, it like the pain is there, but like the dread is not
Okay.
necessarily.
That seems fair
Yeah.
because you already like hurt your ankle and your crutches, and you've seen enough horror movies that you're like, oh, this is it. Then
Yeah.
the first injured person is the one who doesn't get out. So you're like,
I've got the vodka.
and the vodka survived, so you're fine. So you guys continue chasing. All right. So you guys race forward, and now you can see what looks like a bit of a blood trail. It is not very bloody, so you don't feel like you've done fatal harm to it. But you do see the occasional splatter of blood that you know you're running in the right direction. And you are now far enough in that you've now reached a point where you can't run anymore because now the ceiling is too low.
Ooh, interesting.
Whoa.
Well,
It was huge.
It is,
Yeah,
but
like-
if it is anything like felines, you know that if you've ever owned a cat, cats are 90% empty space.
yeah. Well, a cat, if they can
True.
fit their head through a hole, they can fit their whole body through it.
Because
Wow.
as I was telling my goddaughter this weekend, when I did cat dissection in AP Bio, the cats were shipped in tubes of plastic. We're like, there's a whole cat in here. It's like, no, there's not. And we popped it out. It's like, oh, I guess there is a cat in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it turns out cats are
Yikes.
90% nothing.
Yeah.
Sounds like an easy dissection. All right.
It was.
It's like a cloud.
Pull it apart like cotton candy.
Yeah, you just really need one long incision and you just spread it out.
Well, we're not going to crawl after it. That seems too dangerous.
Danger is my middle name. No, Anthony is not. That's like, it really is. It's Anthony Danger Cole. My parents are very
I'm
excited.
going to shine my light under there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's shine the light under there, see if we can see it, and then I'll keep my ears open. Maybe I can hear it.
And basically, you can now see that this is an extensive cave structure. Like, when you shine your light in, it's now that kind of thing where it's like holes and pathways and stuff like that. It just goes into this maze of area.
Oh, but it's like small.
tunnels.
Yeah, it's small. It's like basically, like, you think that maybe at the highest point it's like maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Oh wow.
But this whole infrastructure,
Oh,
like
I
a
don't
web
like
of
that.
Bigger than
It's like a freaking hive.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
It's like a hive of elephant lion sphinxes.
That move like snakes.
Yup. And are invisible a lot of time. Great. Let's go back.
And
to
now
our
injured and angry.
supplies. Yep, our neighbors. The sphinxes.
Oh, the 4 of you should do spot checks.
Keeping up with the
Oh,
sphinxes.
you want us to do spot checks?
Yeah, those of you who are chasing, spot checks.
Okay.
95.
40,
dice.
44 under 75.
Deborah's a Viking. I think she actually is a Viking. Is she Nordic? Oh yeah, Deborah is actually a Viking. Never mind.
Nice.
What? I'm sorry. What were your spot checks?
44 under 75, and Peter got 95. Over. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. So Deborah goes, "Hey, look over there," and you already thought you saw something, but when Deborah points to it, you shine your light over there, and like further in, like maybe 1 or 2 cave structures in, like you can see like if there's a pen and stuff like that, there is another pair of symbols like the ones you saw in the bigger cave there.
Whoa.
Can we make out the symbols?
Yes, is tree branch jellyfish.
What?
Ooh.
So that
It's a fan favorite.
Yes.
That suggests that it was these creatures who carved them. They are perhaps
maybe.
sentient.
How?
Well, this is clearly where they live. It's not just happenstance that they're rocking this cavern.
I mean, you can live in a place but not have done the carvings.
It holds the tools in its mouth. and
It's
then
less
carves
likely
out.
that humans would have traversed caves this small, and therefore less likely that humans would have made these markings. No, Deborah?
I am forced to agree. On the other hand, we're not aware of any species other than primates that have the ability to create these markings. If I were to guess without having further information, I would say that these are far more recent markings created by explorers of these caverns in the last 100 years or so. But I have no evidence. I would have to do more research. I would have to study the carvings more closely.
There are no accountings of cave networks explored here.
Oh, absolutely not. This is absolutely brand new. No one's come into these caves since Antarctica has been explored.
That we know of.
At least no one has come back to talk about them. There have been expeditions lost, so it is theoretically possible that there are the remains of past expeditions here, but we have never received any feedback from any of them.
Do they actually look like they were carved with a rock? Like they were done with tools? Not claws?
Maybe the first ones were like almost 15 feet off the ground, and these are
Yeah, and
further
these are really
deep
far.
in.
So, yeah.
So you
That
could
makes-
go closer and have a good examination of these because they're now close enough to the ground that you can now like touch them. You don't have to climb a rock wall to get to them. But it would take you another like 30 feet into the.
We should probably head back
super
to
keen on getting in there.
Dan and Harry. We can't follow the beast much more.
Agreed.
All right. If you do turn back, it's pretty easy because you can see the likes of the two of them back there. When you get back, the two of them are kind of like leaning up against the sled, which has been flipped over again. And you can see Harry's got like a bandage on his eye and a bottle of vodka in his hand. So it looks like there's only 4 surviving bottles of vodka because apparently Harry is.
I've had the whole bottle.
Well, you've opened. Well, I don't know. Are you? It's up to you whether or not you're gonna like try to down it all. Or not.
I was a bartender. I know about moderation.
Okay. By the way, now that things have kind of settled down at the weirdness of like waiting under, you're now feeling all of the pain of both your ankle and your eye. Like
Yep.
you're hurting all over. Your ankle hurts. Your eye is burning. You feel like your muscles are all tensed up. There's a pull in your back.
All right, I'm gonna go and see if I can fix or like improve the bandages, or like apply whatever antiseptic we need to.
Okay, so you should make a medicine check or first aid, whichever is better for you.
20 under 95.
All right, Danny could definitely have done a better job. It turns out he was okay with first aid, but he didn't like do all he could. You managed to use antiseptic, an analgesic. You give him a cup of aspirin, and after about 20 minutes of your administrations, his eye is cleaned more. There's clearly acid burns around it. Like even with his patch on, you can see like a cool scarring like on his cheek and on his forehead.
A cool
So yeah, it's like one of these like you can tell even with the none of you watch Supernatural, but in the current season of Supernatural, there's a demon whose eyes have been burned out of his head. So he wears dark sunglasses to hide it, but you can see like this burn scar around it.
Cool.
So it's really cool. That's what it looks like now. Like there's patch, but you can see like something scarring around it that looks like something has happened.
Does it look like a jellyfish?
It does not.
Does it look like lightning bolts?
It's like a tree. It's
You're
a
a
lightning bolt on your
demonary!
forehead. It's like
You're a demon.
so.
Harry.
And he gives you some pills and he puts like some ointment on your eye area, so you feel a lot better. Plus a couple of swigs of vodka, and yep, we're gonna end it here because you're now back at the thing, and there's a lot to go on depending on how you.
We stare off into the darkness.
Yes, it wasn't a cliffhanger. It wasn't a
Antarctica.
cliffhanger this time. I wanted to get to this cliffhanger part, but there was like not enough time to get there.